Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Kim McGlusky. I am the founder of Team Fit with Faith. I am a Star Diamond health and fitness coach. I've been coaching for about 2.5 years. I am a member of the Atlanta Market Council, a Success Club All-Star legend, and I am one very happy lady to have you here with me today. So in addition to all of that, I am a mom of two little boys, Caleb and Joshua. Joshua is 9 months old, Caleb is 4.5 years old, and I have a husband, Sean, who's in the restaurant industry. Actually, I should correct myself. He was in the restaurant industry, and that is something that this business has changed for us. He now is actually sleeping in the back with my sixth son right now, which is incredible that he got to come home from work today to be here. And all part of why I wanted to create this video today is because it's just incredible what coaching has done for me in my life and where it's brought me and led me. So I want to kind of back up and start where I came into this. So I was recently a newbie to Georgia. My husband and I relocated here with our son Caleb when he was about almost 2 years old. We came down here for a better job, had to leave family, which was hard, but not a lot of jobs back home. And we were taking some steps toward a better financial life. We were trying to do Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University, and I was a stay-at-home mom with Caleb. We didn't have our moms alive anymore to watch our son. We didn't really have any help in that regards. And so I was kind of thinking about looking for a way that we could change things financially with me maybe working a little bit, but nothing was working with my husband's schedule. He was, and if you I know anything about restaurant managers or management in general, they're the ones that has to stay whenever anybody doesn't show up, which is a lot. So my husband worked all through the nights and weekends. A lot of times he'd be up at 6 in the morning and gone before Caleb woke up, and he'd be getting home, after Caleb went to bed. He would typically tell me he was going to be out, and we'd be waiting by the window for Daddy to get home. And then I would get the message that he was stuck again. And that was just the life that we lived for a long time, and it killed me. It wasn't what I wanted for myself, and I had never realized it was going to be that bad, or I guess when we had kids. But it was totally different once we had kids. And so I was looking for something to help us change things financially. My husband didn't have any schooling from college. I had finished college, but my hands were tied because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't really want to, whatever I was going to do with my degree was going to be just a little bit more than, childcare, and I didn't want to pay somebody to raise my kid and to miss all of that. So what we decided to do, I had been praying about it and praying about it and praying about it for a really long time. And I was presented when I made a post in a local moms group about at-home work opportunities with tons of sales jobs, tons of them. And then I was told about coaching. And it was from one girl who just sent me a message or commented on the post and said, "Hey, Kim." And she commented a couple days later too. And I was just so not interested in any of it. And she was like, "If you're at all interested in health and fitness, I might have something for you. Shoot me a message if you're interested or want to chat." And because she was the only one who wasn't pushy, she was the one that I reached out to and the only one. And so I chatted with her. But when she told me about Beachbody, I was like, oh my gosh, like I love Beachbody programs. I've already done them when I was younger, and I had always been into fitness, and they're great. But once I watched the video she sent me, I was like, oh, that's a sales job too. And so I kind of wrote it off and thanks, but no thanks. And told her I wasn't interested, but I'd let her know if I changed my mind. Well, I continued to kind of think about it. I was looking into other things. Nothing. I was trying to think about how if I could take my son and clean houses, and like if I could do a daycare in my home and watch other people's kids, just anything to generate some extra income and still be home with my son and not feel like I was selling anything. So I was looking and looking, and I just, didn't find anything. And this Beachbody thing stayed on my heart. And so I kind of prayed about it and thought about it. 4 months later, you guys, I made her wait for 4 months. I got to this crossroads with God where I felt like he was asking me to take a leap of faith, because my whole life has been riddled with anxiety and indecisiveness. I've never trusted myself. I've always doubted myself, and I never really, I've always been searching for that thing that I was supposed to do, my place in the world. And I always knew I was going to do something great. I always wanted to inspire people. I thought I wanted to grow up and be an author and a motivational speaker, but I had no idea like what it was that, where my place was. So after an unexpected pregnancy and just not being able to do anything with my career when I thought I was about to go back to grad school, and I found out I was pregnant, and then we were planning a wedding, and we met Jesus. We got on our knees, and the weight of so many things, financial problems, just our stress, some of our bad choices, we just surrendered everything. I first, and my husband several months later when he lost his job. It was the best decision that we've ever made, and that is one of the things that led us to this opportunity, because I handed everything over to God and said, your will, not mine, your way, not mine, you lead me, please, because I have no idea what I could possibly do. I didn't see any way that I could make any money from home doing something I love until my kids were just out of the house. I couldn't figure it out. And so being somebody that always doubted myself and had anxiety and felt like I was going to do something great but didn't know where it was, the last thing I expected was to find it at this point in time. But I felt God nudging me, and He knows I struggle with fear and letting fear make all my decisions. And I always want to be sure of something before I make a decision. So I wanted to know that this would be for me. I wanted to know that I'd be successful at it, that it was going to be a good call, that I wasn't like stepping outside of His will, that I wasn't going to make a mistake. And so I didn't have a clear answer. I didn't have a yes, but what I felt was Him telling me, you're never going to know with certainty until you try. And I'll be honest with you, when I talked to this girl and had been wanting to find a way to get back in shape from home, we couldn't afford a gym membership. I hadn't been taking care of myself at all. I lost myself in motherhood. And as much as I had always been into health and fitness, it's a totally different ballgame when you have a kid. I couldn't really figure out how to take care of myself, and didn't really realize how far I had fallen until I decided to join her challenge group. So I told this girl, yes, I said, I'll try a program. I started with Insanity. I'll try your shake, even though I was totally against shakes, very skeptical of it, very hesitant. It came in a deal with a program that I was getting. And the way it worked was that coaching was free when you did that. So I was like, you know what? Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to try it all. I'm going to try your shake. I'm going to try your workout. And I'm going to give it this 30-day whirl because there's a 30-day money back guarantee. I could never afford the shake. I definitely wouldn't be staying on it if I, since I can't afford it, I'm not really interested anyways, but since it's a package deal and it's a sale and it's cheap and I'm a thrifty stay-at-home mom, I'll try it. I'm going to put it on a credit card, even though I don't want to use credit cards anymore, because I'm either going to be returning it and getting the credit back, or I'm going to go in with coaching and I'm going to make some money to pay it off. But either way, I don't want this out of pocket my money, so this is what I'm going to do. So I bought it within 2 weeks of starting the program. And really my mentality was, I'm not out anything, because if I pay this money and I don't get results, don't love the challenge group side, in this coach training for 30 days and don't like it, I can send it all back and get my money back, right? And for someone like me who overthinks everything and always played it safe and always had all my anxiety, that made me feel better. And honestly, that's what pushed me to do it, because I just want to be transparent. So I signed up. Within 2 weeks, I was like a different person. 2 weeks, you guys, I was eating better. I had more energy. I was a more joyful mom. My husband and I reconnected. I felt like we had more passion in our relationship again, just that quick. So my muscles started to come back. I was just like feeling my arms, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I've only been doing this for 2 weeks. And as I was eating better, feeling so much more energy, my son would make up from a nap, and I was like, hey, like I just had so much more joy, like just from having that 30 minutes to me or 40 minutes to me to work out while he napped. And I was watching some videos in a coach training, and I was really surprised that all of my hesitations, and I'll tell you what they were. I was like, this is a worldly company. They're going to make me glorify my body, or they're going to be all about glorifying the body. It's going to be a shallow company. Even though I like their workouts, I just don't think coaching is going to be for me, and I don't feel like I can glorify God in this. And if I can't glorify God in this, because my faith is so important to me at this point in my life, and it always will be from now on, I'm out. So I told my coach that. And I told her that when my son stopped napping, I had no idea how I'd be able to figure it out. That was like the one big obstacle I saw that could stand in my way of doing much with it. And that happened a few months after I started coaching. And so I put that all out there, and you know what, you guys, I was shocked. This company, as I started, it was nothing like I thought. I have met the best women ever in the world. All of these people from my challenge groups and who have joined my team as coaches are now my best friends. My husband was loving the decision. He loved how much better I was looking and feeling, and that confidence. I started to want things for myself again in my life. I started to dream. I started to like tap into my passion again and live with more passion, and to start like creating a vision board for myself in my life, and to think about what I really wanted out of my life. I started to do personal development every day. I had always read books, like self-improvement books, but I had never actually thought about like, hey, instead of trying to fix myself, like, can I just improve? Like, can I just work on becoming my best self? Can I acknowledge that I struggle with anxiety and struggle with fear? And can I just read some books from positive, motivational people and people who have struggled with these same things, who have come out on the other side? Can I just pour positivity into myself every day? And will it uplift me and change my day? And that's exactly what it did. So I started learning these success tips and principles, and that changed my life as a stay-at-home mom. I stopped just getting by, even though I love being a mom. My routine was getting a little mundane. I was pretty much living for my kid. My whole world revolved around my kid. I had nothing for me, and I didn't realize that was not great, that my son was going to see a mom who didn't practice self-care. And my own mom passed away from breast cancer, and I didn't see her, take care of herself or exercise. And so I felt like it was very selfish for me to be working out, especially when he dropped his nap, and I had to figure that out. And I was learning to be more self-disciplined, to want things for myself, to not just give up when things got hard. But for the first time in my life, I realized that I needed to start actually,
seeing that I had always thought that if God wanted me to do something, it would be easy. That, I know that sounds crazy, but I just thought that if He wanted me to do it and called me to it, that He'd smooth that path for me and that I would just know. So I had been someone that quit everything my whole life. And trust me, I wanted to quit coaching many different times because it's hard, because it forces me to work on myself. I love it. I love what I do. I love my team. I love everything about it, really and truly. But it's hard because this business doesn't work if I'm not first and foremost working on myself. And so every day, as coaches, what we do is four main things that I need to be doing: personal development. So I'm constantly like pouring in positivity. And that doesn't sound hard, but creating that habit where I put it as a part of my day just as much as eating or brushing my teeth takes some discipline. And it's not always easy to work on yourself. So personal development isn't about just listening to something, it's about actually doing it and implementing so I can change my life for the better, and you can too. It's about, being a proof of the product. So I'm constantly doing these workout programs. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I get sick. My kids get sick. Things happen. But it's about staying consistent and being an example of how other people can do that as well. Creating healthy habits and then showing people how to do that. So I create these awesome challenge group environments online where I can work from my phone, from my computer when my kid is sick like today, that I could hold him like I did and he fell asleep on me, and I can be checking in with these girls in my group. Today, to help people get results, to be able to do that from the comfort of my own home while my babies are sleeping is incredible. And that's what this business opportunity has done for me. It's given me a way to have purpose and passion every day, while I am, still home with my kids and not missing anything. And to be able to create that financial freedom for our family at the same time is incredible. I mean, I would do this for free. And the fact that, my kids see healthy habits now, they see mommy wanting things for herself and setting goals and dreaming big and, creating vision boards for vacations and the camper that we want to buy and the, things that we want to do and the places we want to go, and all from helping people. You can see this is a message I just got today from Facebook. And this is one of my clients from when I kind of first started coaching, and she had a hard time staying consistent and accountable. Her name is Emily, and this picture right here on the left was 30 days ago, and this is today. Can you believe that, you guys? 30-day results. We have incredible programs and products. The fact that I can help people get those kind of results and change their lives and learn, that's the first program in over a year that she actually did start to finish, that she completed, and she wanted to, and she, said to me, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I've never done one. I've never finished one yet. I started and stopped, and that is life-changing for her and for me. The fact that I get to be a part of that is incredible. And somehow I get paid for that, to encourage and love on people every day and to take better care of myself and my family. And so, we do these four things where I'm personal development, I'm taking care of myself, and I am inviting people to join me, not in some icky salesy way, but just when people like my posts and comment on them and ask me questions, I engage with them, I get to know people, I connect with them, I form relationships, and I see if there's anything about this that, that they need as well. And if so, then I chat with them about it. I share, I don't sell, and I love that, because if you're trying to sell in this business, you won't be successful. You just have to have a heart to help people, and everything else works itself out. So I get to help people every day, and then I recognize people. That's the fourth thing we do as coaches every day. So I shout out people for getting results on Transformation Tuesday. I just love on them. I, congratulate them. I love on the people in my groups and recognize my coaches for their success. I mean, how awesome is that? That those are the four things I do that make me successful as a coach and make me money. My team is tracking toward being an elite team, which means we'd be the top 200 out of 450,000 teams. We are an amazing team of women who love Jesus and are just trying to help people and help our own families at the same time. And we are encouraging and we are welcoming, and you will have tons of tips and training and tools and everything that you would need from me to be successful if you decide that you're interested in coaching as well. And I'm so glad that you're thinking about it, because truly this was one of the decisions I was the most unsure of, and it's been the best thing I've ever done, besides having children, and marrying my husband and giving my life to Jesus. Okay, so like the top four. But I want to talk to you about income. My first month, I made $40 a week. My second month, I made $40 a week. And then in my third month, I went up to like almost $200, and then it was almost $400, and then it was almost $600, and it started to like double. My initial goal, my husband and I had said, is, hey, if you can just do this from home and make like $400 a month at some point, if you could work to that, that would be amazing. We could just, pay for your shake and your, your workouts, and then we'll have an extra like $300 or whatever a month to put into savings to save for a house. You guys, when that happened within 4 months, we were like, there's a bigger opportunity here. Like, I was like nobody. I didn't have much training. My coach ended up kind of not working the business, and so I taught myself how to do everything. And I stayed consistent because I needed it, because I had a strong why driving me, and you need that to be successful as a coach or with anything. I knew every time my son cried himself to sleep that he wanted daddy home. I knew that's what drove me to be successful. That's what drove me to work when I didn't want to, when I was tired, when I was pregnant, when I was exhausted, when my friends were going out, when I'd rather watch a movie. I got to work. I found people to help, and I did, because I knew if I didn't give up on myself, I knew the only way to fail was going to be, or the only way to fail was going to be if I quit, and I refused to do that. And so whatever, I kind of left the result to God, and I worked like it depended on me, and I prayed like it depended on God, as it does. And it has been incredible. It is the reason that we are now in this house. So the first thing we did, Beachbody helped us get debt free. And within like 9 months of joining, at about 10, I hit diamond in my business. Within almost about a year, we had this house that we're now in, our first home. We were not able to afford this without Beachbody, but because of it, it bridged that gap between my husband's income and this. And so we were able to purchase our beautiful first home that we never thought we'd be in anything this nice after all of our messed up doing things out of order and everything else. So God has truly answered so many prayers through this opportunity. And then when we got pregnant again, my husband, of course, there's been trips we've won, and lawnmower, a $1,400 lawnmower I was able to buy for my husband after being a stay-at-home mom who didn't even have the money to get her husband a bag of chocolate. Like, I didn't have any of my own money, and that killed me. So it was amazing how much this has changed for our lives, and being able to, take my son on vacation. And there's been so many incredible relationships and friendships and people that I cannot imagine my life without, that have formed from these challenge groups. Like, they're my best friends now. These are like my tribe. I do life with these ladies, and I don't know what I would do without them, and I never would have them in my life without this. So many things, from community, friendships, support, income, financial freedom, spiritual. I have grown so much in my faith as a result of this business opportunity and the decision to coach more than anything else. It's incredible. It's like my spiritual training ground. And so I just can't say enough. And I hope that you pick up on some of my passion about this, because whether you're joining my team or someone else's, if you stumble on this video, I truly believe that if you take that leap of faith, I know you don't have all the answers and you can't be certain of anything until you try. But I think that if you take that leap of faith, the step's just going to appear, and the next step, and then that, and it's going to be one of the best decisions that you've ever made as well. So now my husband was actually, when we were praying when my son was born, my second son, that my husband would be able to leave the restaurant industry, because we didn't want that life anymore. And because of Beachbody, I was able to create enough income for him to take a $15,000 pay cut and go to a job where he would be off nights and weekends. And that is the reason he is in there right now, sleeping with our sick son, and got to come home from work today to be here. And that is a life that we would have never otherwise have had. I just challenge you today to think about, after hearing my story, what this could do for you, what this might change for you and for your life. If you want to learn what it looks like to believe in yourself, I quit on myself my whole life. I knew there was something great inside of me, but I needed a platform. I didn't know the way. And having a job that's constantly kind of forcing me to work on myself and to better myself, even if I don't do this with the rest of my life, even if I never take this to the top, I am so much better for having done this. And I truly believe that whatever your goals and wherever you are and whatever it is that you want to achieve in your life, that you will be as well. So if you have any questions or comments, concerns, anything I forgot to address or didn't, please comment below this video. Reach out to me. My email is kimfitwithfaith@gmail.com. And I'm so happy to chat with you. And thank you again for being here, for listening to my story, for sharing your time with me. And I am hoping and praying for everyone who's listening to this that you decide to take that leap of faith too.